Honorable Chairman, Your Excellencies, leaders of indigenous communities, distinguished friends of the Arctic, good afternoon. First of all, I'm delighted to be back in beautiful Reykjavik and would like to express my sincere appreciation for the remarkable efforts that you and your team have made to organize this important meeting. Also, I'd like to express my deepest respect at the dedication of all Arctic stakeholders who continue to actively engage in Arctic affairs, thus maintaining momentum for the assembly and related works. As a private foundation in Japan, the Ocean Policy Research Institute of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation is committed to promoting cooperation at all levels between Japan and other countries. Our aim is to provide scientific knowledge in order to solve the multi-layered and complex problems of human society in the 21st century through innovative ideas and methods. To this end, the Foundation undertakes a variety of activities in fulfillment of our three mission statements: to establish new ocean governance, to realize world peace and security, and to solve diverse global problems. The Foundation has keenly aware of the importance of the Arctic Ocean from the early on, implementing various projects in the almost 30 years since 1993. We have also enjoyed a close cooperative relationship with Iceland in the context of Arctic issues. In May 2019, immediately after Iceland assumed the chairmanship of the Arctic Council, the Minister Lydia Alfredsdottir visited Japan and paid a courtesy visit to our institute, confirming that Iceland will work closely with the private sector in Arctic policy research. I remember back in 2015, as a member of the Japanese delegation, standing at this same podium, we have rolled out our first Japan's Arctic policy one day after our government formally approved it. Since then, Japan worked very closely with the Arctic Circle, and the Arctic Circle became the important platform for Japan to deliver a contribution to the Arctic, at the same time an important place for learning directly from the peoples in the circular polar region. And Ambassador Takewaka would present our recent contribution to the Arctic affairs from the government of Japan after my presentation. In 2018, we have invited the Chairman Grimson to visit Japan and spoke at the International Workshop on Arctic Governance 2018. At the workshop, he confirmed the need to continue discussing the Arctic region in forums that promote international cooperation, and also expressed his expectations for Japan and other Asian countries that are observed states. Consequently, I was asked to join the Arctic Circle Advisory Board member, for which I'm deeply grateful. At the workshop in 2018, Mr. Grimson also expressed his strong hope for Japan's involvement in the Arctic. In light of Japan's geographical situation and domestic policies, our institute, the only organization in Japan with a history of work on Arctic policy, decided to host the Japan Forum. Initially, the forum was scheduled to be co-hosted by the Arctic Circle to coincide with the third Arctic Science Ministerial meeting in May last year. Unfortunately, the COVID made it difficult to hold the face-to-face event in Tokyo, and so that the Japan Forum could not be held as we initially planned. However, we continue to cooperate with the Arctic Circle Secretariat. To continue with this positive trend, we are planning to hold the Japan Forum in Tokyo next March 4th to March 6th, 2023. Details will be announced soon. I hope to make this Japan Forum as an important platform for our Asian friends in particular, and colleagues from observer states to discuss openly and democratically in the spirit of Arctic Circle with the people in the circumpolar regions. We are planning also to invite our friends from Pacific Island states as well. As Prince Haakon alluded to this earlier today, that the issues of Arctic is also close to our friends in the Pacific Island states. Early this year, I'm sure some of you may have participated, the Palau had hosted an important international conference on the ocean called Our Ocean, which opened the event with a story of the changing environment in the Arctic. This is an example of how they are discussing also the issues of Arctic as well. So, dear distinguished friends of the Arctic, in spite of geopolitical challenges that we are facing in the Arctic, science must go on, and dialogue must continue, and international cooperation is vital. So, see you all in Japan next March, and yokoso to Tokyo. Thank you very much for your attention.